Today's card, Halloween. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. If you've followed me for any length of time, you probably expect to see me in a bee costume when Halloween rolls around, but I do witch pretty well. Real well. Today's card project features products from Waffle Flower Crafts, and I was inspired by my friend Jennifer McGuire's card. She just made a gorgeous Halloween card, so apparently she's also the goat of Halloween. But I also have a brand new tool in my studio that was just sent to me from Altenew, and I'm excited to show all of these things to you. So if you want to see, stick around. They're coming up next. I really do make a good witch. So here's a look at the newest tool in my studio. This is the Altenew Stampwheel 2.0. Now, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, I am not an expert on the stamp wheel at all, but I have wanted to learn, I have wanted to get better with it, and so I now have, thanks to Altenew sending this to me early, the brand new enhanced stamp wheel 2.0. Let me show you the difference in size with the original. Here's the original stamp wheel. And the difference here, let's see, the base size, 9 inches versus 10.5 square. So you're getting more space to work on. Now, I have used this for classes that I'm teaching right now with Altenew, and I'm really starting to love the flexibility of this tool, although I haven't used it on my channel, I don't think at all. But this one we are going to put to the test. One of the things I thought it would be so great for is some stenciling, and today I have, you know how I love Halloween, I have the Postage Collage Spooktacular Stencil, and I also have this brand new Postage Collage Blocks die. So this works in conjunction with the Waffle Flower postage stamp. So I'm going to start out doing a little bit of ink blending right onto a die cut using the postage stamp, which I will grab, cut, and I'll be right back. So this is the original postage die that goes with all the different sets, and that's one thing that's really fun about Waffle Flower is they're adding new die postage design stencil sets and new dies all the time to work with this set. Well, new dies, maybe this one here. So that's the core piece, and it cut everything out perfectly. I ran it through my Impress die cut machine, so that is impressive. All right, moving on. So what I'm going to do for my project today is I'm not going to use this part of the stamp wheel right now. I might do some stamping, but we'll see. But you can see that this wheel now has the fully circular design on it, where the older wheel just has, let's see, I wonder if you can see that better, sort of the tick marks. Now, I am not an expert on this tool, so I don't look for all the answers yet. But one thing I know is that this platform is a fantastic work surface. So it's got the sticky mat with the little gridded background, and what I'm going to do is basically stick this down, right, maybe right about there. And then I'm going to use my stencil. So there are, let's see, how many do we have here? We have 4 layers to this stencil, and I am going to start with the background first. Now these are pretty easy to line up. You just look for the little dotted lines, line up right inside the dotted line, and press. And now I can seal this down, right? It'll hold it nicely. But the other thing that's kind of cool about this, and I'm going to use a few Altenew inks today, you can stick your pad down on here too. Let me get that open. Because now you have a place that you have enough room to do that. You know what I mean? So it can be one whole workspace. And what I'm going to do, I guess, is I'm going to do a black background. I'm going to link to a video that Jennifer McGuire just did where she used a bunch of waffle flower things, and oh my gosh, that is what inspired me to do a black background today, because normally I would not think to do a black background, but that's what we're going to do. And I'm just using this jet black fresh dye ink, And I'm going to go all the way around this stencil and add my black background. So, Halloween. Some people make cards for Halloween, some don't. I am in the Halloween category. I just think it's a fun holiday. I think I like the dress up aspect of it, you know. I loved dressing up like a vampire from when I was about 9 years old. I don't know why. I was always drawn to the dark side. But it's also a silly holiday, you know. You don't have to take it too seriously. And that we like. I am definitely going for just as stark black as possible. I don't want any blendy, fancy anything on here because I think this dark look is just so cool. Again, I was inspired by Jennifer's example of a card having all black for the background, and I thought it was very, very spooky and fun. Right over here could use a little more. I was trying to be a little careful so that I didn't go under the candy corns, but I think I'm doing pretty good. Looking around, nice, inky, and solid. All right, spooky nights. There we go. I love it. Beautiful. And let's close that up. So one thing Jennifer did was she added some splatter, you know what you're going to call it. And here's what I'm going to do. Normally I do my splattering in a box, but I'm going to do it like this. I just want to protect my little stampy wheel because it's new. You don't want to get ink all over it, but I do have this acrylic spray from Hero Arts. It's opaque white, and it's a really nice, I'm getting my workout in. It's a really nice paint color. And what I like to do is do that and then take the lid off. Oh, I'm turning it into a bit of a mess. And I'm just going to put some of it here, right like that, okay? If I take my paintbrush, I'm going to get a lovely look. And it's pretty opaque, so we'll just spatter on some of these little guys like this. Okay, pick it up. You can do a little off to the side. Hopefully it's not going too far. And then I will take my stencil right to the sink. And then I will clean it. I'm trying to get it to be even, best of my ability, but at least it will look like some kind of a little starry sky. Probably good. I'm going to wipe this paint up. Let's take these. It's kind of a waste of good paper, but this is just cheap copy paper that I use. And now I can lift this up off of my surface and reveal layer 1. Ooh, that is so cute. Okay, I'll clean this up and we'll move on. So for stencil 2, now on the stencil it actually says 2 of 4, light orange, and here it says cheeks. These are wings, so does that mean the ghosts have cheeks? Do those ghosts have eyes? I think they must. What we're going to do, again, now you can really see the outline. And you're going to line that outline up. Oh gosh, now it's really hard for me to see. Right on, oh boy, I know I can do this. Right on the lines. Now this always takes me a minute. See, is that lined up? Looks pretty good on there and there. Coming around the mountain. Okay, now here I want to go with some purples. So let's see here. Let me grab some more inks. So here I've got some lilac and some fig. And I'm going to just, again, stick both of those right here. And we're going to do some blending. I think I'm going to keep it, you know, lighter up top. I'm going to kind of hold these down a little because I don't, oh, there you go. Yeah, I guess you do that. Because I don't really know exactly how I want this to look yet. So I'm going to do it all in the lilac. Although I think whatever I have on this brush is kind of making the lilac look a little different, and that's okay. Okay, so we're coming here, getting you guys like that. But then I'm going to take a little of the fig, which always has much more of a pop to it. Oh yeah, look at that. And then just kind of get a little depth and dimension going there for my steam. And I think that'll look a little steamier. All right, not pretty. Ooh, I like it. Then I want to come down here to my butterfly wings and kind of do the same thing, although I think I should just give that a little wipe off before we come back into the lilac. And we'll make it a little lighter here. Fade it out. Then I'll pick up some more of that fig. Kind of fade that down. That just gives it a little coordinating dimension. So now if those are cheeks, I suppose I am going to have to do, oh, and this is candy corn. Let me get a few more ink colors pulled out. I'm just going to use, I think this will work, a little of this dusty pink for cheeks. Like that. All right, very light. By the way, I don't have a brush for every Altenew color, but I have started collecting brushes. You certainly don't need it, but I will say it's fun. I kind of work within the categories of color. I just kind of got sucked into, oh, you can put a sticker on a brush, but here I think I'll just say, let me grab a brush for brown. This is just a plain brush for brown. This is the paper bag. And I'm just going to make my mushroom stems that color. Like that. Okay. And then what else we're going to do on here is a little amber blaze for my those. Where do I have a brush for that? Yes, I do. Okay, amber blaze. And we will add, oh, I'd like to, well, I don't know if maybe I do want that to all be in the same color. You know what? I think I do. All right, we're getting our candy corns. Candy corns. Candy corns. They're going to be great. All right, and come right down here for the sky. A little blood orange moon, like that. All right, all of those things are done. I think I'll smooth that out a little bit more. And we have finished an easier layer. This, oh, it's stencil too. That's so fun. And for regular stencil cleaning, I just use isopropyl alcohol in a bottle, and then you just wipe it right off your stencil, and your stencil is dry pretty much immediately. So there we go. It's kind of cool that you can just stick them on. They stay really well. And now we're coming on to, this says dark orange and shadows. So we have to figure out all of these elements. I think that looks good, nicely lined up. Let me get a darker, no, you know what would look good on that? Fig, tone on tone would look really nice. Let me get the fig, and I'm just going to make this a little darker. Okay, so grab the fig, and although those are the, his little, what are those called? His underbelly. You know what? I don't want that, so maybe I do need to take a Post-it and just go, not you. Okay, because I want to do that in a different color. So we're just going to get that nice and dark. So he has that detail on the wing. Okay. And that will be nice and dark. Detail looking good. All right. And I think too, before I bring the gray, I'm just going to kind of wipe that up a little bit. All right. Let me find the gray that I want to use. I am channeling Jennifer. I'm using all kinds of inks and different brushes. I have a little, well, I guess that was green at one point. I want this now to cover here and here and here. And I just want to get this dove gray on there. I'm not even sure what it's going to look like, but I'm going to go darker at the base here, like that. And just sort of fade that up a little like that, if I can. I think that'll look nice. And then over here, we're going to get some more shadowing. You guys go like that. Okay. Little guys here. And the cauldron top. I'm going to do a little bit of you too. Okay. These are so fun to build and see what happens. Now he needs a little bit too. I'm going to come back here and add a little shadow there too. All right. The only other thing I have to fill in now is the bottom rung of candy corn. I'm going to wipe some of you guys off as well. Let me grab a color for that. I'm going to grab Golden Honeycomb. Yep. And we are going to add that to this part. So we get a nice traditional candy corn. Oh, that's going to look great. And then the bottom of the mushrooms is also going to be in the honeycomb, like that. All right. That, I think, is everything in there. Let's take it off. And again, it's coming together. Woo! So fun. Okay. And we're moving on to our final stencil. So I'm going to start with the ghost faces because I know I want those in black. Okay, those are going to be in black. That's easy peasy and breezy. Just like that. Nice and inky. Here, same thing. I guess is that a mushroom or a ghost? Yeah, it's a ghost. He's just kind of on his side. He's going crazy. All right, so that's ghost, post ghosty, okay? Now, for the cauldron, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to take a Post-it note, though, here and just cover him because what I could do is take some black here and just work it a little lighter. You know what I mean? Like, give that sort of a, almost like a silvery look, I guess. It's not, but you know. And then we could build up a little. So sort of like a, what is that? Like a 50% gray. Yeah, that'll look nice. That way it's not totally black, but it's going to have a little something something to it. Then butterfly body. Now I've already done the nice little, I don't know what color I want that to be. I really don't. But that's what's kind of fun with this is you can play and kind of come up with your own vibe. I think I will do Amber Blaze for the mushroom tops. And just go like this. Base darker, a little lighter up top. Base darker, if I can do it. I probably could use a smaller brush here, but I think this is going to look great. Okay, get you in there like that. And then the butterfly body. think I will make that fig as well. We're just going to go a little darker with the butterfly body. Okay. Maybe a little darker at the base, and then lighten up. All right. And then down here where we have a bat, I suppose what I could do here is some pigment ink. Let me get one of my pouncers. I'm using every tool at my disposal today, but we're going to go with a little bit of G2K white pigment ink. I'm going to load up my mini pouncer here to the best of my ability, and I'm just going to add a little see-through bat. I don't even know what he's going to look like. Is he going to look good? I'm going to have to let this dry, but at least the shape will be there, you know? I could do a few layers, but he'll have sort of that transparent, opaque look. It did pick up a little of my ink below. Gosh, I have so many things here on my table. But I think that's it. I think I have finished the blend. So you can kind of see how it's kind of fun. Actually, I think I want to deepen up the sides a little of that too, like that, with the black. Okay. Yes, I think we're good. I think we don't need anything else. So let's peel and reveal. And I have to say, working on this space is pretty cool. The other thing is this thing doesn't like move on my surface. It has these little feet. If you have a glass surface, at first I thought it was magnetic. It's not, I don't think. It just sticks like crazy. And that is my piece. Isn't that fun? All right, now we have to turn it into a card. First, I just want to show you, I take it off. It held everything in place beautifully. So I'm going to be including this in a lot more videos, this just to really give it a workout. The other thing that is cool about this particular piece is this comes off now. It magnetizes and kind of snaps in here. So if you have bigger stamps, bigger pieces of paper, you can use it with this new Stampwheel 2.0. So I'm going to clean off the little schmutz that got on there because I want to keep it all so nice. There we go. Looks great. And now we are ready to move on. Now I've run this through my die cut machine, this Postage Collage Blocks die. It cuts out the blocks that coordinate, right, which is great. This is just a piece of Simon Says Stamp Black. Coming out, there we go. But now what this can do is it can frame this out. Now, let's see, perfectly. So this is going to give me, I got to get it positioned on a card so that it actually stays in place. It's going to frame out my design really cutely. All right, let me get this put onto a note card. So I'm going to add, I guess, just this with some tape runner right onto a fig note card because I'm going to pop up the little frame over the top. So stand up here. And this, I mean, this would be cute just by itself. You don't have to have, I mean, if you have the postage die, you know, you can also cut these apart. And that is really, I mean, that's really cute just by itself, you know, because there's so much going on here. But here, when I pop this over the top, you will see it covers up the postage part and just gives you this sort of little shadow box look. And even if some of the white shows through, it's no big deal, right? I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. I'm going to put a little liquid glue on these guys. Let me get all these off here. These are just some thin foam strips. And now I'm going to take, where is my liquid glue? Just a little liquid glue on here because these are going to stick so hard and fast, and you can see they're sticking to my fingers. But if you put, let me hold this in place. There we go. If you just put a little bit of liquid glue along each one, it's not going to stick. It's going to give you a second. Like that. And we will place it. Now, my head is going to get in the way here because I have to look down on it. Forgive me, it's fuzzy and it's wuzzy. It's like I'm a fuzzy wuzzy bear. I'm going to try to do it from the side, but honestly, I feel like, oh, let's try the right way. Okay, we've taken enough with the lens cap on. There we go. I was wondering why that didn't look very right. And press. Oh, so cute. Because now it has this dimension, right? You can see the white in there, so it really does look like a little frame. Let me grab something that I can put on here for a greeting to finish this out. So here I made a little boo with some metallic gold cardstock that I cut out of here. I cut a couple layers in black. This is actually from a set that has some really cute ghosts. And I'm not gonna do multiple cards today, but I do think, and I'm not sure if I can do this, I feel like this needs some extra details. And so let's see. I'm going to add little polka dots to my mushroom because Jennifer did it and it was really cute. And I think, you know what? I think I can do it. So let's do that. Oh, that's working pretty well. I mean, they're not perfect. Okay, that's cute. Oh, okay. A couple more. Here, there, and there. All right. Now I also feel like I wish I had done this in a slightly different color. So I am going to also add some details, just like some circles, the base there and here, just for something else in my butterfly. Dot in the center, dot in the center. I think that gives it a little bit more. It's a little blank, like I could have done more with this, but I think I'm just gonna have to leave it. My cauldron looks great. My ghost is pretty decent, and I will glue this right there. So let's finish that card. I did enjoy, again, using the stamp wheel for blending and working on. It's a really great surface. I mean, granted, I have this nice big mat, but even if you just had limited space to have a stamp tool and a work surface sort of in one, I think that's pretty cool. All right, so we'll let that adhere to finish the card. And that, my friends, is my finished Halloween card today. It has that little pop-up frame, the little postage collage blocks. Now, I suppose if I had done it in white, it would look a little different, right? Because then you would have the white, and you wouldn't quite see it as you were tipping and looking like that. But I actually think this is really fun. I love the way this all came together. And that, my friends, well, that's an epic Halloween card. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. I'll also have a blog post with photos and more information, so be sure to check that out as well. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. To see more Halloween card ideas, check out the 2 thumbnails I have linked below, and I'll see you in those videos.